Most of us, and myself included, panic looking down from a balcony. For him, hanging thousands of feet in the air is just another Tuesday. This is Mike, one of the elite rock climbers in the world.
My lungs had too much fluid. The guy that I took my avalanche course from died in a rock climbing accident.
He climbs rocks and cliffs where one slip could potentially send you into that good night. Today, we'll step into the world of rock climbing and find out what the rest of us can learn from Mike's story.
My name is Mike Largent. I'm a rock climber, an actor. I've been climbing things since I could walk trees and whatnot. I grew up in a tiny town. I graduated with like 80 people. No one I grew up with was really that into it. You know, I did it here and there. I dabbled in my 20s, and then like starting my late 20s, maybe 27 or something, when I was in grad school, I finally got a climbing gym membership and just fell fast in love. This was in Tempe, Arizona. You're gonna have this here, okay, and then you're gonna go behind it. So you're pushing this into this. Yeah. So this is designed to simulate a certain climb called Century Crack. We call it a crack trainer. Century Crack is the name of a really notorious offwidth, arguably the hardest offwidth. It's probably not even arguable. It's 514. Most people can probably climb like 5.5 to 5.8. If you're climbing 13s, that's probably 1% of climbers. And then anything above that, you could probably get a sponsorship.
Are you in 1%?
According to numbers, like my training numbers and whatnot, I'm there. The reason that Century Crack is 514 is not because it's an elite level climb, in my opinion. It's because it's so specific and unlike any other climb out there. The musculature you need for it is really not practical. Crack climbing and face climbing are kind of opposites. With face climbing, you're using positive stuff to pull on. With crack climbing, you're using the void and the wall. It's like an actual literal crack in the rock. Most climbers see the crack climbers as weirdos. It's like a weird subset of climbers who do this weird jamming thing. Like you'll go to a climbing gym and there are cracks, but nobody's on them. And then if there is someone on them, everyone's kind of like looking, but trying not to be obvious. Like, what is this thing that's happening over there? And then in crack climbing, people, they learn how to do hand cracks, and then they typically go skinnier, so they learn finger cracks and stuff like that. And the weirdo within the weirdos is the offwidth climber. It's defined as wider than a fist and narrower than your body. And that's me. Like, I think it started because like I just have an inner hipster that won't die. So I wanted to do the thing no one wanted to do. Maybe it made me feel tough. I don't know, but it has afforded me opportunities. It's complicated because you suddenly have to use your hands in these various configurations. You have to use both of them for one sort of placement. And to move that up, you're letting go with your upper body. So if you're not locked off with your lower body, then you fall out, fall down. So that run was probably 7.5 out of 10. Ooh, and I feel a big oxygen debt. Like, oh man, it's the muscles just, it's this temporary thing, they get pumped. And until your system can like clear all that, it's kind of painful. It happens a lot in ice climbing called the screaming barfies. And
have you ever like lost someone personally that you know during climbing?
No. Just had to knock on wood. I did have the fear of death on one climb. And I shouldn't have, because there was a cam not very far beneath me, but my mind, for whatever reason, decided that falling meant death. So I pulled that move off, just barely, you know.
What's the scariest moment that ever happened to you?
I got two for you. I took a 40-foot whipper one time. A whipper is where you fall. So I'm on this climb, it's like a 110-foot climb, that's what the guidebook says. And the next climb over is 70 feet. That's how I know it's 40 feet, because when I fall, basically from the chains, I'm eye level with this other climb. And yeah, I just ran it out too much, meaning I didn't put one of those cams in close enough to where I was. I got pumped out and I just freaked out. I kind of froze. This was early in my climbing career, and yeah, I just popped off. I was really lucky because I just bruised my ankle, not my ankle, my heel bone, but it could have been real bad. Yeah, the other time I got pulmonary edema. If you get high altitude pulmonary edema, then your lungs fill with fluid, your O2 saturation drops. Mine, by the time they pulled me out with a helicopter, my O2 was down to 35%.
Where was it?
Nepal, yeah. I didn't sleep for 4 nights. So I got progressively weaker and weaker, and then on the 4th night, I waded through the night. I couldn't lie down because my lungs would fill with fluid and I would start to cough. I also couldn't breathe deep because my lungs had too much fluid. So I had to sit up and shallow breathe all night, and then when the guide got up, I said, I need a chopper.
So you felt like somebody's like sitting on your chest and you can't get like...
No, it felt like I was drowning. The fear of death is really not the motivation to climb. If I'm afraid, I'm not having a good time, and I climb to have a good time.
I see.
Yeah.
So, do you think people who like climb, it's not necessarily they're doing it for adrenaline reasons?
Absolutely not. Yeah.
I always thought it's that.
That happens, and when you pull it off or you're safe afterwards, it feels really good. A lot of people get into it for a sense of achievement. It's really instant gratification when you start. You try a 5.9, you didn't think you could do it, and then you do it, and that's addicting. Then suddenly you can climb a 5.10 and you see this progress. But I hesitate to say that it's a sense of achievement because I'm really trying to embrace the process and the effort. I'm really trying to embrace the work that gets me wherever it might get me. Whether that means sending something or being able to teach somebody something, not actually the end goal. I owe a lot of my social life to climbing. Probably 50 to 60% of my social life is from climbing. Climbing attracts a lot of nature hippie loving types, for sure, who are very easy to get along with. I kind of grew up in like a hybrid sort of, it's like redneck, utilitarian, I guess you could say. But it takes all kinds of people. You get a lot of engineers, who are not terribly emotionally intelligent. But you also get artists, you get macho dudes, but it really takes all kinds. Climbing takes all comers. If you're interested in climbing, I think that you should go the traditional route. Start at a gym, maybe start bouldering. Know that top roping is safer. More injuries happen bouldering, but I'm biased. Go at your own pace. Learn how to take the risks that are safe, and then incrementally, like I was saying, expose yourself to more risk. Not so you don't need a free solo. I don't think people should be free soloing. If you want to start climbing, join a gym, because not only is it pretty consequence-free, it's very safe, but also you meet other climbers that way, and that's the real juice. So I believe in slow growth and long-term progress, and climbing holds me accountable to that belief. Growing up, I had a lot of instant gratification problems, like I did things because they were easy, but climbing is something that I've had to actually be bad at and then get good at over time. Climbing orients my whole life. I mean, it's like I got these 3 pillars. I have my wife, I have acting, and I have climbing, and everything else is to support those 3 things. The flow state that you get both from climbing or from acting involves riding this line that is right between control and chaos. Sometimes you pull off a miracle, and sometimes you don't. You fall off the climb, you lose the moment in the scene. It's, man, they're my drug, and I'll keep doing them whether or not I make money.